Oklahoma today. Governor Stitt signed into law a bill that makes abortion completely illegal. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt signed a bill into law on Tuesday that makes it a felony to perform an abortion, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. This is part of an aggressive push in Republican-led states across the country to scale back abortion rights. The bill, which takes effect 90 days after the legislature adjourns next month, makes an exception only for an abortion performed to save the life of the mother. Abortion rights advocates, they like rape babies, is what they're saying. Abortion rights advocates say the bill signed by the GOP governor is certain to face a legal challenge. Passage comes as the conservative U.S. Supreme Court considers ratcheting back abortion rights that have been in place for nearly 50 years. We want to outlaw abortion in the state of Oklahoma, Stitt said during a signing ceremony for the bill, flanked by anti-abortion lawmakers, clergy, and students. There you go. There's some indoctrinating children. Promised Oklahomans that I would sign every pro-life bill that hits my desk, and that's what we're doing here today. Under the bill, anyone convicted of performing an abortion would face up to 10 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. $100,000 fine. Does not authorize criminal charges against a woman for receiving an abortion. So it's coming after the doctors. Senator Nathan Dahm, a Brogan-era Republican now running for Congress who wrote the bill, called it the strongest pro-life legislation in the country right now, which effectively eliminates abortion in Oklahoma. It's not pro-life, pro-forced birth. It is pro-controlling women. Suck my dick. Dahm said the bill would apply to any physician in Oklahoma who dispenses abortion medication to women, which accounted for about 64% of all abortions performed in Oklahoma in 2020, most recent year for which statistics were available. There is no enforcement mechanism in the bill for women who order abortion medication online from out-of-state suppliers. Fuck, can somebody in the chat look that up? If any of you ever find yourself in need of an abortion or know of anybody who is in need of an abortion, you're in one of these red states, there is a website. We covered it the other day. We watched the woman swallow an abortion pill live on TV. That was fantastic. It was like a couple months ago. If one of you can find the link and put it in the chat, that would be awesome. One of the mods. Love you guys. They hate life in Oklahoma. Indeed. And I can't, there were so many executions, it's hard to cover them all, but I believe one of them, there was some debate about whether the person was competent. Whether they were mentally sound, and that's what's sad. Fuck you, Oklahoma. Oklahoma lawmakers passed a bill last year to prevent women from ordering abortion medication online, but that measure was blocked by the Oklahoma Supreme Court. Abortion rights advocates say the bill is clearly unconstitutional, and similar laws approved recently in Arkansas and Alabama have been blocked by the federal courts. Speaking of Alabama, that's not the only law Alabama has passed. They didn't just come for women, they are coming for trans women, trans men, transgender care in general. Did not stick the landing on that one. Civil and LGBTQ legal rights advocates announced that they have filed a legal challenge in federal district court against Alabama, which criminalizes the medical treatment of minors experiencing gender dysphoria. The doctor is challenging SB 184 in Ladinsky versus Ivy. That would be Governor Kay Ivey, or Dr. Morissa J. Ladinsky and Dr. Hussein D. Abdul Latif, both providers at the Children's Hospital of Alabama and members of the medical staff at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital and the teaching staff at UAB School of Medicine. Seems like the kind of people that you would like to consult on, the exact type of people that you would want to consult before passing this kind of legislation. Under SB 184, they both face criminal penalties, including up to 10 years in prison if they continue to provide medical treatment to transgender children. By signing SB 184, Governor Ivey has told kind, loving, and loyal Alabama families that they cannot stay here without denying their children the basic medical care they need. She has undermined the health and well-being of Alabama children and put doctors like me in the horrifying position of choosing between ignoring the medical needs of our patients or risking being sent to prison. The Alabama family plaintiffs are proceeding anonymously to protect their children, the plaintiff said in a statement on Monday. They include Robert Rowe and his 13-year-old transgender daughter, Mary, of Jefferson County, and Jane Doe, her 17-year-old transgender son, John, of Shelby County. Families have deep ties to Alabama, the statement said. If SB 184 is allowed to go into effect, both families will be forced to choose between leaving the state, breaking the law, or facing devastating consequences to their children's health. What good have these laws been exactly? What good have these fucking laws been? They have put children in danger. Denying children the care that they need, and they are putting cis children in danger. Distraught over orders to investigate trans kids' families, Texas child welfare workers are resigning. Other investigators don't want to follow an order they believe harms families, but worry about the impact of a mass employee exodus on the state's most vulnerable children. You know, I didn't even think about that. These Republican lawmakers, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit how this is going to impact the most vulnerable children. They truly are evil. Morgan Davis, a transgender man, joined Texas's child welfare agency as an investigator to be the advocate he never had growing up. Less than a year later, one of the first cases under Governor Greg Abbott's order to investigate parents of transgender children landed on his desk. Supervisors in the Travis County office of the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services offered to reassign the case, but maybe he thought he was the right person for the job. If somebody was going to do it, I'm glad it was me, Davis said. He hoped it would be reassuring to the family to see a transgender man at the helm of the investigation. But the family's lawyer didn't see it that way. He said, "I know your intentions are good, but by walking in that door as a representative for the state, you are saying in a sense that you condone this, that you agree with it." Hit me like a thunderbolt. It's true, he said. By being there, even for a split second, a child could think they've done something wrong. Davis resigned shortly after. The directive went into effect. Each member of his 4-person unit has put in their notice as well, while the Attorney General's office has gone to great lengths to defend the governor's directive in court. Wasting taxpayer money, might I add, to defend this horrendous law in court. The agency responsible for carrying out the investigations has been roiled by resistance and resignations as employees struggle with ethical questions they've never faced before. More than half a dozen child abuse investigators told the Texas Tribune that they either have resigned or are actively job hunting as a result of the directive. Spokesperson for DFPS declined to comment on the resignations or answer specific questions, citing pending litigation. In all investigations, we follow state law to determine if abuse or neglect has occurred, and we will continue to do so, the department said in a statement. Always end up hurting others with stupid ass laws that we didn't need in the first place for any fucking thing.